Welcome, everybody. It's Bret Gregory, and I am so excited to be here with you today. We are live on this first webinar jam, Google Hangout, and I am super excited to have you here with us. So we're going to be getting through a couple of technical glitches, I'm sure, since this is my first one. But because we are now because we're now doing this for this way for the first time, it's really exciting to me to be able to interact with you this way. So I'd love any and all of your feedback. And when you come and join us, come into the chat room. And the first thing that I'd like to ask you to do when you're in the chat room is to tell us what city and country you're tuning in from. And that'll be really helpful to me because we've got just an awesome global audience. And in our global audience, it's really fun to be able to find out where people are tuning in from. So again, just bear with me because this is our first time using Webinar Jam. And I'm just going to go now to the Webinar Jam room so I can make sure that what I've got is working. And we got, hey, Renee, how you doing? All right, so I see Renee in the Webinar Jam room. All right, good to see you. All right, and so let me go to, hang on, I gotta go to my, I gotta go to the room here. So there we go, we got Sharon. Hey, Sharon is from Boston. We got Marie's from Northern California. Miguel's from Barcelona. Hey, Miguel. Sheila is from San Mateo. Mary Jane from Michigan. Lawrence is from Dallas. And let's see, Erica is from Livermore. Maria is from Northern California. We've got, let me see here. I got to get a few things out of my way. So again, please bear with me as I'm learning this new system. It's always really fun. Hey, Sheila. And hey, Erica, good to see you. Rochelle, how are you? You are cool. So are you. I love you. This is awesome. R, super excited to be here. You too are, although I don't know who R is, but you're from Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, Jean. Hey, Elizabeth. Rochelle is from Fort Lauderdale. Good to have you here. Barbara is from Victoria, BC. Howard is from Seattle. Jean is from San Diego. So give me some feedback, guys. Was it easy for you to get on this live hangout here? Because again, this is my first time doing our Tuesday weekly live class in this format. And I'm already liking it because I love the interaction. Elizabeth, love the beard and mustache. Did I do this for us? Yep, just for you, not for anybody else. And is from Lisbon. Oh my goodness, I think you're one of our first ones joining us from Lisbon. Hey, Jean from San Diego. Jocelyn from Quebec. Nice to have you here. Gary's from Knoxville. Oh, Rochelle's asked, my camera is amazingly clear. What camera are you using? Well, I'm using a Logitech camera. It's one of those, you can buy them for like, I don't know, $79 on Amazon. So Devora, pretty office. Hey, Devora, how you doing? Good to see you here. Thank you. Yeah, this is the global headquarters for Attract Customers Now. And we're here in our San Diego global headquarters. Elizabeth said it was really easy. Melissa said she jumped right on. Pam, good to have you here. Priya, it was easy to get on this video. It was great. So cool. I'm so happy. Was it easier than getting on GoToWebinar? I'm just curious because I've been using GoToWebinar for so long. So this is great. Also, I'll be taking live questions throughout this presentation. So I have to figure out, again, how to do that. But I think what you can do is you can put in a request. And when you go to, if you look in the chat room, there should be an option here. If you, there should be an option that looks like a hand and it's shaped like, you know, the number 1 with your kind of like this. And if you put your hand up like this, you can make a request and then we can talk live. But I'm going to, so let's see here. So if anybody else, if you have a specific question and you want to talk to me live, then put your hand up for the request. Okay, so now we're going to get started because it seems like we got a lot of people on. Oh, Tachia said it was way easier to get on this than it was GoToWebinar. Well, that's cool. So let's see. And Jocelyn asks, will there be a replay? Yep, everybody who registers for this Tuesday live class, you will get access to the replay. And so this is something that I teach. So I always I try a lot of different marketing techniques, and the ones that work are the ones that I teach. And one of the ones that works really well is setting up a live class like we're doing right now, and teaching a live class every week and getting people to join and continually giving away free, high quality information as a way to attract real prospective customers. And we've been doing this for a while now. So right now we have over 1,000 people joined us on this class on Facebook. Now that didn't happen overnight. We've been doing this for 12 months, but in 12 months, I'm very happy with those results. And then we've had over 4,500 people register for this live weekly class that you're on right now. And again, didn't happen overnight, but it happened over time, and it's working, really well. So I'm also very happy with that result. But the most important thing is that by doing these classes, I've been able to help tons and tons and tons of entrepreneurs, and I add as much value as I can. And in doing so, some people then come back to me and said, hey, your stuff is awesome. Can I hire you? And that's just been my all-time favorite way to do marketing. Is really marketing by giving, marketing by helping. And that's something that truly makes me feel good, helping you, the enlightened entrepreneur, attract customers to your business. And it's something that I want to teach you how to do so that you can build your own tribe by giving away free, high-quality information, and thereby attracting other people to you, making it really easy. So, imagine if the quote unquote sales calls that you had are from people who are approaching you and say, hey, I want to hire you. How do I pay you? How do I work with you? And the reason why is because they've attended 2 or 3 or 4 of your live weekly calls, and they say, oh yeah, you know what you're doing. You know what you're talking about. You're who I've been looking for. And so what happens now in our business, and again, it's been a year, so I'm not going to lie to you, it did not happen overnight. But I'm a big fan of slow and steady wins the race. That's just been my experience in marketing and sales for about 22 years or so, is that if you can consistently give, you can find lots of people will be attracted to you who want to hire you because you're going to be able to solve their problems. Okay, so with that, let's go into Elizabeth asked, is there any reason why you switched to Webinar Jam? Yes, good question. So one of our plans is that we wanted to start a video blog. And the idea behind the video blog is that, or excuse me, I said video blog. What I meant is video podcast. And the idea behind the video podcast is that we can repurpose this content, and we can now take this content that you're watching, we can put it out on iTunes. We can strip out the audio and have it just be audio only on iTunes. We can also have the video portion go out on iTunes. We can take this information now and put it in our weekly video blog as a way for people to come to our website and come to our blog. So I've been wanting to make this switch for a while, and now this is the perfect opportunity, and it's really the perfect format. And it wasn't until Webinar Jam came out that Google Hangouts by itself really wasn't ready for this kind of a for this kind of prime time. And now it is with Webinar Jam. So I've been waiting for this, and also waiting for my higher internet speed in my office, and which I have now. And just one other note on that point, I had a home office for 2 years, and I did many a Google Hangout from the home office, and I thought I had pretty fast internet speed, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't working well. The speed just simply wasn't high enough. Now, I believe it is high enough so that it's all working properly. And that seems to be the case where I see a lot of areas in the country and around the world where the internet speed is getting higher and higher. If the internet speed's too slow, Google Hangouts does not work very well, and that's where GoToWebinar did work fairly well. I also really like this format. I like to be able to, I want you to be able to see me. I will, for people who I can invite in the room, if you raise your hand, I'll be able to see you if you want to show your camera. You know, want to turn your camera on. So that's why we moved to Webinar Jam. And a lot of people, so Elizabeth also says, hey, we can see everyone's post, which was different than GoToWebinar. And GoToWebinar, when people interact and they ask me questions, I'm the only one who can see everyone's questions. This is different. So in this case, everyone can see everyone else's question. So Rochelle asks, will you show us the steps cheat sheet of how to use Webinar Jam and repurpose it on iTunes? Once I figure it out, you will be the first to know. Absolutely. Oh, and so a couple people are saying, hey, my website stopped. And if that's the case, like if the streaming stops for you, it's probably the internet on your side. And all you need to do is refresh your browser and it should catch right up to where we are. Yeah, and also if it's a little bit out of sync with the sound, that might be something similar as well. You know what, I'd love some feedback about, is the sound synced up? So does the, are my lips matching the sound? So let me know if it's a little bit off. That's gonna be helpful to me. Belinda says she's not able to see anything on the screen but green, although everybody else can see. So Belinda, maybe try refreshing your browser. And okay, Virgil, so there's a little bit of lag between your lip movements and the words. Sure, I understand. Okay, well that's understandable. All right, well we're still working on that, so hopefully we can get this this thing worked. Paul says, tell people the link is in the Facebook page. It's easier. Okay, well I can't do anything about that right now, Paul, but that's good. And oh, Devora says that not for me, meaning Devora, can you tell me, does is the audio matching the lips for you? Because that's interesting. For other people, it's not, it's a little bit off. But Devora, you said it's seems to be working for you. Priya says the syncing is pretty good. Okay, well, good to know. All right, well, thanks for your feedback, everybody. I really appreciate that. Oh, Dion says the lips match perfectly, even from South Africa. What's up, Dion? How you doing? Cool. That is good times. And Lawrence says there's an automatic delay with Hangouts. All right, cool. So we're going to do, and so Miguel says it depends on the internet speed of each individual. So, okay, well, that's interesting. It's working for some, but not working for others. So apparently it's determined by the internet speed of each individual. Okay, got it, Devora, thank you. All right, cool. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna jump into today's lesson. And while we're doing this, I'm probably not going to be able to see. Let me see if I can. I'm going to give this a try. If I can do this. So let me go in. I'm going to share my screen now. So let's see if I can share my screen. So let me know if you can see my screen where it says "Get discovered by new customers." Say I can, and this is a keynote. So write the word keynote. If you can see my keynote slides, write the word keynote. If you can see my keynote slides, and I'm going to hit play, and let's see if I can see. Nope, I'm not going to be able to see people's feedback if I do full screen here. So let me just see if we can do this a different way. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in like this, and maybe I can get rid of that. There we go. All right, so if you can see my keynote slides, then write the words keynote in the keynote slides. I see a lot of people saying yes, but I don't know. Yeah, okay, Natalie says keynote. Okay, everybody else can see it. Sweet, all right, good times. Okay, so let's jump in. So what we're gonna talk about today is how to get discovered by new customers with testimonial marketing, all right? And how to get amazing customer testimonials and get new customers to find you with word of mouth marketing, all right? So let's talk about what word of mouth marketing is here for just a moment. Word of mouth marketing is the, oh, I guess I'm gonna need to get the navigator. I think I can't avoid using this. what's happening here is when I hit the play button, I can't see anybody's comments. But you know what? This there's not that many. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. There's only 19 slides, so I'm gonna hit play. I won't be able to see your comments while I'm going through this, but I'll come and look at your comments after we're done and where we're gonna take questions, okay? So let's jump in. So we're talking right now about testimonial marketing. So first of all, what is it and why do you care about this? So testimonial marketing it's the most tested form of marketing in the world, and it works. It's unbelievably powerful. So testimonials are the missing links for prospects, your prospective customers who are considering a commitment to buy your product or service. And when they can read what others have to say, that gives them instant comfort and trust, all right? Customer testimonials are a form of word of mouth marketing. It's really the most potent form of word of mouth marketing, okay? So customer testimonials are one of today's most potent forms of promotion and grassroots marketing for a startup business. Positive, believable comments from real life customers are proof positive to other potential buyers that you are worthy of their business, okay? And so we're talking now about discovery, and we want to get discovered through word of mouth marketing, okay? So discovery is the new search. What do I mean by that? Okay, so when you look at some of the biggest trends in marketing, over the past 2 decades, the biggest trend in marketing was internet search, meaning, you know, like Google. And that's why people spend so much energy on SEO or search engine optimization, because they want to rank highly in Google. Or you can just buy Google ads and you can be at the top of a Google search. Well, somebody who is searching for a solution that to a solution to a problem that they have that you are uniquely qualified to solve, those are great hot prospects for you. However, people don't go on social media to look for our products and services. Why do they go on social media? They go on social media, you know, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest. They go on social media to see what their friends are up to. If now what their friends are up to are they just took your class, they just read your book, they just read an article on your blog, they just did a free strategy session with you, and they got great results and they wrote about it on Facebook, their friends can discover you very quickly and easily. So Facebook is the largest word of mouth marketing platform in the world. But unfortunately, marketers aren't using it that way. Marketers are trying to use Facebook like Google, which is the wrong thing to do. People do go on Google to search for solutions to their problems. And when people try to use Facebook that way, it does not work well. However, if you use Facebook like it's supposed to be used, using word of mouth marketing, then it's very easy to get people talking about you on social media, which is the great way for you to get discovered by new prospective customers. So people trust their friends and respected peers' opinions highly, and that trust can be transferred to you through a referral or word of mouth marketing. Hang on, I'm gonna take a quick sip of water here. So, you know, think about it. When you see your friends and they've commented on a product or service on social media, does that give you instant trust or comfort? And let me just give you an example, okay? So I recently was interviewed by Christine Closer, and so these dates are from 2014, but we did this again in 2015. So Christine Closer is a great friend, and she is an awesome transformational author. And she teaches the transformational author experience. And she has, you know, one of the largest online coaching programs for people who want to become authors. Well, she interviewed me And she interviewed me alongside other, very well-known people like Callan Rush, and there were quite a few other people who had been interviewed over the last 2 years, names that you had probably heard of. So one of the things that we were able to do through word of mouth marketing is we were able to post this information on Facebook. And so you can see here on the right-hand side, Christine Closer, she interviewed me, and then people started commenting on the post. And then what happened afterwards was exactly how discovery is supposed to work on word of mouth marketing. Okay, so one of our customers, Dr. Fern Caslow, actually before she became a customer, she first heard me on a interview with Christine Closer. She said, wow, just got through listening to the replay of your call with Christine. Fantastic information. I'll definitely be working with you. Well, Helena Weston said when she found me there as well, and we got to interacting, and it was great because this is how we got discovered through word of mouth marketing, and Dr. Fern ended up becoming a customer. Similarly here, here's another example. Sarah Rippard was another customer as well, and we helped get her great results, and she gave us a great testimonial. Hey, thank you so much for this class today. I've learned so much. And hey, I even want to become an affiliate of your programs, and I want to refer my friends to you. Please let me know how to do that. And one of her friends, Jody Myers, she referred Jody to us. And Jody says, thanks again for the great Tuesday Live webinar. Remember, that's the webinar you're on right now today. Then she ended up becoming a customer and purchased one of our live bootcamp programs. And she said, by the way, my friend Sarah introduced me to you, and she speaks highly of you. And so this is exactly what I'm talking about. All of this occurred on social media. This is word of mouth marketing on social media. So here's what you need to remember. You need to remember to start asking your happy customers for testimonials, because happy customers stay with you longer, they buy more from you, and they refer their friends and colleagues. Okay, so let's show you an example of some testimonials that we've been able to get. Okay, so here's an example. My friend Max Simon, he's the founder of Big Vision Business, and he's done a great job. He's got an awesome business. And at the time, I was actually his customer. This was, I went through one of his coaching programs, and I was actually his customer. He wasn't even my customer at the time, but I was able to solve a problem for him. So this was maybe 3 years ago, and I knew a lot about Facebook marketing, and they really hadn't gotten their Facebook marketing going. And I said, hey, let me help you with that. And you don't even have to pay me. All I want is if you think that we do a good job for you and we get you real results and you're happy with those results, all I want is a testimonial. And he said, of course. I mean, how can you lose with that kind of the deal? And here was the testimonial he gave us after we got him results. Loved the simple techniques and saw an immediate growth in their page. We took their page from 2,300 fans to 26,000 fans. And so we had a 10x in their growth, which translated into sales for them. Here's another example. And this John Benson, who's a good friend and was also a client, he actually hired us, and we helped them with their Facebook advertising campaigns for one of his launches. And we not only helped them get 26,000 new likes, but we got them $4,000 in new sales. We got them 6 times return on their money. $4,000 in, $24,000 out in sales, okay? So here's another example of a testimonial. And I'm showing you these examples because what's important with these particular examples is that they're very specific. Okay, lots of people get testimonials that aren't specific, like saying, hey, Bret's a really nice guy, and he's a lot of fun to work with. Well, that's actually not a very good testimonial. That's nice, but it's not a very good testimonial. This is a good testimonial, and this is one of my probably most famous clients. And I say clients, Brian actually never even hired me to work with his team. I did it for free in exchange for a testimonial. So I had the opportunity. I've been a Brian Tracy fan for, probably, I don't know, 20 years. And I was coming out with a book, and I wanted to get a quote from Brian Tracy. He's authored 50 books. And I had the opportunity to teach his team some of the Facebook marketing techniques that we've had so much success with. And I said, I approached their team and I said, hey, let me teach you the photo album stack. Let me teach you the global ad secret. Let me teach you the article stack. And in just 6 months, they were able to get 200,000 likes. And I fulfilled my end of the bargain. And Brian said, hey, okay, your stuff works. It's great. I will definitely give you a testimonial for your book. And here's his testimonial. This fast-moving, exciting book shows you how to build your business and maximize your income on Facebook with little expense and only a few minutes per day. So that's a great testimonial, great example of a testimonial. So what you need to do is you need to be vigilant in collecting testimonials. Remember, this is the most potent form of marketing that you can do. And I want you to be on the constant lookout for testimonials that you can use. And I'm going to give you a very specific way to do that. Do not be afraid to ask for them. I'm going to give you the easiest way to do that. I'm going to give you a way that just is so easy you won't even believe it. And remember that you might already have happy, satisfied customers that would be glad to give you a testimonial, but you haven't asked them yet, or you haven't asked them in the right way, okay? So how do you do it? First thing is, how do you get these amazing testimonials? First things first, you always, always, always deliver value first, okay? You can get real amazing customer testimonials every time if you simply ask after you deliver value, okay? How do you know when you deliver value? Well, usually the way you know you have a happy customer is they say the magic words, thank you, or they give you some acknowledgement of value. And this is where I do not want you to pass up an opportunity for a testimonial. I want you to literally create the marketing habit. Whenever you have a satisfied customer, I want you to ask for feedback on Facebook using the 5 most powerful words I have ever heard in marketing. So whenever you have a happy customer, they say, thank you. And remember, I've gotten amazing testimonials for people who aren't even customers. They were just people who I approached who had a big social media following or a big email list. And I said, hey, let me add value. If you feel like I did a great job, all I want is a testimonial. And when your happy, satisfied customers say thank you, or they say, wow, that was amazing, or oh my gosh, I can't believe how much you gave us. What can I do for you? Here's what you say. Don't keep me a secret. The 5 most powerful words I've ever learned in marketing. I learned this originally from Bill Cates, who wrote a book called, guess what? Don't Keep Me a Secret. And when you're talking with your next customer, first deliver value. And then when that customer says thank you or gives you whatever acknowledgement of value, it may not be the exact words thank you. It may be, wow, that was amazing. That's fine. You say, you're welcome. Please don't keep me a secret. I'd love to get a quick testimonial on Facebook if you don't mind. Now, when I've done it that way, I've literally gotten 100% of the testimonials that I've asked for. Remember, you give value first, they acknowledge the value, you say, please don't keep me a secret. It is that easy. And then there's a very specific formula I want you to follow. And so take a screenshot of this page here, okay? Because this is the testimonial request 2-question formula. And I can even, I'll copy and paste these into Facebook here in just a minute so that you can just copy and paste these and keep them on a Word document. But for now, just take a screenshot of this. Here's the testimonial request 2-question formula. It is this simple. So when you ask somebody, can you give me a quick little testimonial on Facebook? And they say yes, that's not the end of the conversation. What you do right then and there is you want to say, okay, tell me, number one, and usually the way that I do it is I say, I'm going to ask you 2 quick questions. You dictate the answers to me, and I'll text it over to you, and then just copy and paste it on my Facebook page. And that way, you're making it so easy for the person on the other end of the line. So first question is, I say, what specific result did you get from working with me over what time period? Now, remember, there's a big difference between a good testimonial and just, a very mediocre testimonial. Mediocre testimonial has no specific result in it. Mediocre testimonial says, Bret's a great guy, you should work with him. That doesn't inspire a lot of confidence in anybody. However, if somebody said, I worked with Bret, and in 30 days, he was able to build a high-end customer lead magnet for me and create my tripwire sales funnel, and literally in 30 days, I had my first $100,000 sales month. That's a good testimonial, and that's totally real, by the way. We just did that for a customer. Then the second part of the formula is, what kind of person would you recommend my services to? Now, I'm not asking for a referral here. Please don't misunderstand question number 2. If they want to give me a referral, great. But what I find is that referrals can be difficult to get on the fly, because people aren't walking around thinking, wow, who can I refer to you all the time? Instead, the easier thing to do is say, hey, what type of person would you recommend my services to? So if I'm teaching entrepreneurs how to grow their businesses, I might prompt them a little bit and say, would you recommend my services to other enlightened entrepreneurs who are trying to grow their tribe and list and following on Facebook? And they say, sure. And I would type that out as we're having the conversation. So here's a couple of other examples here. So where we got some great testimonials. So my friend Gina DeVee, who's just an awesome coach. She does the International Coaching Certification for Women. She went through our Facebook program, and we helped her fill her coaching program with 100 women at $10,000. That's $1 million in sales. And now I don't take all the credit for that. She's been doing this a long time. She has a great list, great following. She's very good at what she did, but we definitely helped her build her social media system there. And in doing so, we helped her go from 4,300 likes to 30,000 likes, and helped her fill her high-end coaching program. Here's another example. In 90 days, we got Vanessa Chamberlain 22,000 new likes, 500 new emails, and it helped her grow her business quickly. Another example, in 90 days, here's my friend Bennett Coffee, who has the best chocolate company. She has physical stores. They do a chocolate company, the best named chocolate company on the planet, called Not Your Sugar Mamas. And in 90 days, we helped them get 32,000 new likes and do $5,000 a month in new sales. Now, look at how specific that is. Okay, there's none of this, Bret's a great guy, and yeah, that'd be nice and all, but that's not what other customers care about. They care about results. They care about the results that are important to them. So get your customers to put those results into the formula, into the testimonials. And how do you do that? You ask them by asking the questions the right way. What specific result did you get from working with me over what time period? Okay, so that's how you do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start taking some questions. And what I would like to do is I can take your questions live if you join the room. So here's what you're going to do. Raise your hand if you want to join the room. Please raise your hand, and then I can invite you as a speaker. And when so go and make the request right now, please. Go make the request right now. So let me see who else is requesting here. We got a couple of requests here. Marsh, and so I'm inviting you as a speaker when you come in. So right now, go and make a request, and then we can talk live, back and forth, one-on-one. So like, for example, Jocelyn, if you would just go and raise your hand and make a request, then I can invite you in the room and answer your question. And what I'm going to do now, let's see if we can go back to my screen here. Hang on just a second. There we go. Hey, I'm back. So hopefully this is still working. And I'm inviting a few people into the room. And what I'm going to do, okay, SJ, you raised your hand. So there's a bit of a delay when you raise your hand to the time that you get in the room. I think it takes up to 60 seconds. Okay, so give it a little bit of time. And again, bear with me here as we're working out the kind of details the technical details of how the chat and webinar jam works. So in the meantime, and I see SJ and Rochelle that you raised your hand. I'm waiting for those. Requests to come in. So what I'm doing, and Devora, I just invited you as a speaker. So for those of you that have raised your hands, go to where you raised your hands, and it should say you've been invited as a speaker. And I believe you need to accept the invitation in order for me to actually have a conversation with you. So go in and please accept. All right, and Janet Grace. Oh, there we go. All right, fantastic. Here we go. So let's start out with Devora here. Let me see. Devora, can you hear us? I'm going to see if I can. Devora, are you there?
I hear you.
Hi. How's it going, Devora? I can hear you just fine. How are you?
Yeah, great. Thank you. Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, you too. Okay, so what's your question?
Yeah, okay. So I do coaching, and I help practitioners, coaches, and healers to feel free to give more without burning out, so they can feel more confident, abundant, and more love for themselves and others. My problem is, I've been getting really nice testimonials. Only they're not getting personal enough because these are people with pretty pretty severe problems. So what I've been getting is kind of anonymous. Sorry, the testimonials have been fine, but I haven't been able to get them with their real names. Do you think that's a big problem?
No, not at all. I don't think that's a problem at all. It's just you're just going to use it in a different format. So you're not going to use those on Facebook. Nothing wrong with that. You can use them on your website. And what I would recommend is starting start a tab on your website. And what I'm doing is I'm looking down at my computer here so that I can create. I'm going to go to my website here so I can find the tab that is my testimonial tab, and I can share my screen with other people. So here it is, fan reviews on my website. I'll share my screen here in just a moment. But there's nothing at all wrong with doing anonymous testimonials from, it totally depends on the kind of work you do. If your work is sensitive, I have one client that is a heart-centered attorney and helps other heart-centered attorneys grow their business, and not one of those attorneys was wanted to use their names on Facebook, and it's totally understandable. It would have had the opposite effect of what we were trying to accomplish. So instead what we did is we used a anonymous method where they would post those testimonials on their website, and there's nothing wrong with that. So out of, maybe out of 10 people, you'll have 1 or 2 who would be glad to give you a public endorsement, which you can use on Facebook. Everybody else, just create a tab on your web page, and you can do that. I'm going to share this link here, and I'll share this on my screen with everybody so you can take a look at it. And let me know when you can see it. So does that work for you, Devora?
Yeah, thanks. That's great advice. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Well, thanks for jumping in. Okay, so I'm going to get you out of the room, and let me know in the chat that I didn't hang up on you, okay? Because it says eject, so I'm pulling the eject button on you, but if it hangs up on you, I totally love you. It wasn't on purpose, all right? So here we go. Thank you, Devora. That was a great question. Okay, so let's now go to Marsh, and I'm going to unmute you, Marsh, or I'm going to try and unmute you. Let me see if I can unmute you here. Oh, Marsh, it's not letting me unmute you. That's strange. I muted you, and it's not letting me unmute you. I apologize there, Marsh. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to unmute you. So I apologize, Marsh. I'm going to have to, the only other option, my unmute button for you is grayed out, and I don't know why. So I have to eject you, unfortunately, and then just come back in. So if I hang up on you, it's not on purpose. I'm sorry, my friend. Okay, let's go. So for those of you who can see, you can see this Attract Customers Now fan reviews here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this in our event group. Let me see if, so this is our event group. So for those of you who want to take a look, at our testimonial page, example here. All right, and then let's see who else we've got. Okay, so Rochelle, I'm going to invite you as a speaker, and Janet Grace, I'm also going to invite you as a speaker. So give it about 60 seconds or so. You'll probably have to accept what I just sent out there. And Marsh, I'm sorry, it's not. It seems to be freezing up on me with your. Let me try this again, Marsh. It's not working, Marsh. Okay, it looks like Rochelle is with us. How you doing, Rochelle?
I'm good. How are you? But your screen disappeared.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you see my screen now?
No, it says you're about to join.
Okay. Well, if other people can see my screen, just let me know. Just say yes, I can see your screen. So hopefully that'll work just fine. So go ahead and tell me what your question is, Rochelle.
My question is, I'm a mortgage lender, and I'm twofold. I help people buy homes and get qualified, and where others are saying no, I find ways to say yes. And I train real estate agents how to gain more publicity, how to get more clout, how to get more marketing out there.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is, how do I approach it? Because I do get a ton of referrals.
Great.
But I don't convert them online to what you were saying, that so-and-so, I interviewed them and this is their testimonials that they have given to me.
Well, let me ask you a question. So do you have a particular type of customer that you do mortgage lending for, Rochelle?
A lot of first-time home buyers. I love to help them get their first home.
Okay. And the people who you get referrals to, are they mainly first-time home buyers?
Yes.
Okay. So can you start asking the people that you've successfully done mortgage loans for, can you ask them, you say, after they've been very happy with your work and your service, can you say, hey, please don't keep me a secret? Can you tell people, can you give me a little post on Facebook and say that I helped you with your mortgage and we were able to get it done in this specific time frame? Is that something that you could do?
Sure.
Okay, because when you get those testimonials, so you can see here, I have a fan review page on my website that I'm scrolling through that other people can see now, and I've gotten video testimonials here. But on my Facebook page, I get written testimonials. So I'm going to go. Let me just open up another Facebook page here on my browser, and what I would recommend is you could do this right on your Facebook page. So if you put a link to where people can contact you, you can get customer testimonials right on your Facebook page. So here's an example. In this, we did a campaign to this is kind of our newest product that we have out called Freedom Client Funnel. And we're inviting people to come and download the free ebook. But what we did is I taught a free class for people, and I asked people, hey, if you got value out of this free class, please don't keep me a secret and leave me a comment on this page. And you can see here we got 81 comments. And then we turned that into an ad, and it got not only 2,000 likes and 83 comments and 42 shares, but we were able to do $10,000 in sales off of this one campaign. And so you can do something similar.
You can do the request while you're teaching the class. I do teach classes at associations.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So do it right then and there.
What I recommend for everyone, including you, is to first start getting testimonials one at a time, one-on-one. Okay, and it's what I found is that it took a while for me to get good at teaching a class and then getting 80 people to leave a reply. That takes a little extra work. Okay, so what I recommend you do is first talk to your customers one-on-one and ask them to leave you a testimonial, and just ask them these, so remember, don't keep me a secret. That's what you ask them. And for those, would you mind giving me a testimonial after you've delivered them value? And they say, sure. And what you do is you ask them these two questions. And while they're answering, you're typing their answers. So essentially that they are dictating to you. And then you're going to text it over to them through Facebook, and they will copy and paste it on your Facebook page. Does that make sense?
Okay. If I have about 20 to 25 of them, some are written, some are video, should I go ahead and just post them?
Well, if you have video testimonials, you should most definitely make a testimonial tab on your website. Okay, so this is like, what are your customers saying? What do people say about working, the experience working with Rochelle? All right, so that's definitely something you should do. And then if other people have already written you other testimonials, I would just go back and approach them and say, hey, would you mind? You're going to copy the testimonial. You're going to text it to them through Facebook, and then you're going to text it to them with a link to your Facebook page and ask them to paste it on your post on Facebook. Does that make sense?
Definitely. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. All right. Put you back on mute. All right. Fantastic. So let's see. Who else here is. Jocelyn has a good question. How do I get a personal way to announce myself? I think there is a private coaching with you. How do I contact you? Oh, okay. Well, Jocelyn, I'll answer that in a few minutes. Okay. Let's go to, hang on a second here. Belinda, will I be setting up a replay on this webinar? Of course. Yeah. There will be a replay on all of these. Okay, hang on. I just got to scroll down through here and see what other questions. So by the way, if you have a live question, just go and raise your hand in the request, and I can invite you to ask your question live. All right, here we'll go and switch back to faces. So Nancy, brand new, needing first coaching clients. What is the first step? Should I get testimonials from acquaintances that I've coached in other circumstances? Yes, Nancy. So I'll tell you what, let's do, I'm looking for a volunteer. I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I do the testimonial process. So if I could get a volunteer to raise your hand, and I'll show you how we go about getting, I'll show you how I got these 83 comments here on our post on Facebook, which led to $10,000 in sales, but I need a volunteer. So what I need you to do is raise your hand. And what I'm going to ask you to do is to actually give me a testimonial. Now we're doing this for training purposes. And hopefully you actually feel like I'm giving you real value here, but we're doing this for training purposes. So if somebody wants to play, please raise your hand, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how we do it. So go and raise your hand, make the request, and once I see the request come up, then I will answer your request and invite you in, but I can't do it unless you make the request. So I need somebody to actually go in and make the request. Okay. Janet Grace is volunteering. Awesome. Haven't seen you pop up yet. Okay, here we go. View. All right, great. All right, Janet, you were first. Okay, so in about 60 seconds, Janet, you're going to pop in. And let me just check here and see, Janet Grace, are you and I Facebook friends? Let's see, are we Facebook friends? Are you the owner? Are you Janet Grace Nelson? Hopefully that is you. And if you are, then we can make this work. Okay, so it should take about 60 seconds for you to be able to come in here, and then we can actually, I can actually make this work. But remember, what we're doing here is in getting a testimonial, it's super simple. So you just follow along with this formula. And of course, the formula is Question number 1, what specific result did you get from working with me over what time period? And then what kind of person or business would you recommend my products or services to? So when you ask those 2 questions, you type the answers. I usually like to type them in on a Word document. And then the nice part about that is, you see, it's hard to get referrals, but it's not hard to get people who, if you've added value to those people, to get them to say yes to giving you a testimonial. Oh, and I just realized, Janet, you're going to need to accept my, I invited you in, but you have to accept it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite Biba and Patricia as well. So whoever accepts first will get to do this exercise with us here. And so sorry, it just takes a little bit of time here. So Patricia, I will invite you in. Okay, there's Biba. Hi, Biba.
Hi, how are you?
I am great. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Fantastic. Okay, so what we're going to do here, Biba, is I'm going to ask you, and thanks for playing with us. This is really fun. Nice to see you in person as well.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you the following 2 questions. So what specific results have you gotten from our courses, our classes, and then what kind of person would you recommend my services to? And in doing so, as you're talking, I'm going to be writing. I'm going to be typing, and I'll show everybody. I'll share my screen with you guys so you can see my screen. And then how I'm just going to simply copy and paste the answer to you along with a link of where I want you to paste this. And this has been one of my most powerful ways of getting new customers. It works unbelievably well. And if you, when you practice at this, you can literally do it in 2 or 3 minutes. Now, because we're doing this for demonstration purposes, it's probably going to take us 4 or 5, but no big deal. So, Biba, thank you, and please tell everybody who you are and what you do.
My name is Biba Pedron. I'm French, but I live in Miami, and I'm a business coach and marketing expert, and I teach people on how to grow their visibility online and offline to double or triple their revenue within 3 months.
Wow, you must have practiced that. That was awesome. Thank you for that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my screen now so that everybody can see. You're just going to be looking at my Word document that I'm going to be typing here. So, Biba, and I apologize, I don't know which programs you've been in for us. So, can you just tell me a program that you have been, purchased from us?
I don't remember. I know that I'm in 3 different programs from you.
Okay, so I think you purchased Attract customers now from Facebook,
yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's one of our kind of signature programs here. So I'll tell you what, let's just use that one. So can you tell me specifically through the Attract Customers Now program what results you've been able to get within 90 days?
Well, one of the strategies that I use actually recently after I heard you talking about maybe 5th time about it is the viral, how do you call it, the photo stack? No, not the photo stack, the viral pictures to do the
viral pictures.
Viral pictures to do the like campaign.
Great, great. Viral, so this will be the viral Facebook ads, secret in. Okay, and what were the results you were able to get using the viral Facebook ad secret?
Actually, in I think 2 months. I think it's 2 months.
Yep.
I got on my French page, on my professional French page, I got almost 300 likes.
300 new real likes on my Facebook page. All right, and has that translated into any new emails or prospective customers or actual paying customers?
Yeah, I don't have the numbers. I was not expecting, so I don't have.
That's okay.
I don't have the numbers, but that's transferred to people who sign up for my free gift on my website, which is a series of 6 videos, and then to have about probably 10 people who sign up for my free strategy session.
had, and how many emails did you get? You said so it was 10 people to sign up for your program.
Station. Yeah.
Okay, I had 10 people sign up for my free strategy session. Okay, and do you know how many emails you got out of that?
No, because I didn't track it.
Okay, that's fine, fair enough. And see, and this is okay. I kind of put you on the spot here. So we clearly, everybody, we didn't plan this. So that was question one. Question number two: what type of entrepreneur or person would you recommend these kinds of programs to? The Attract Customers Now from Facebook program.
Well, I already did since I follow you for a few months, and usually that are people who either are not on social media and are reticent on social media, or people who just want to have more clients and see the results. And it's usually solo entrepreneur.
Okay, great. So what I did is Biba spoke, and I just paraphrased and typed her words, and I want to be clear on what's happening here. I'm taking her words and I'm putting it in a format that's going to be the best kind of testimonial. Left to their own devices, your customers, they're just going to write kind of whatever, and it may or may not be a good testimonial. Remember the formula, it's 2 sentences. One, what specific results did you get in what time period, and who or what type of person would you recommend this to? So now what I do is I say, thank you, Biba. I appreciate it very much. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to text it over to you with a link. Now, Biba and I are friends on Facebook, and I'm friends with pretty much all of our customers on Facebook. So here's Biba. So Biba, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a message on Facebook. Here you go. And I'm going to send you a link. So please copy and paste following. And of course, make sure it's accurate. I wouldn't want you to. I never want anybody to paste something that's inaccurate. So check it out. Make sure it's real, it's legitimate, and it's good. But what I'm really doing is I'm making it super easy for her, and paste on the pinned post here, facebook.com/like Bret. E-R-E-T. Okay? So let me know when that Facebook chat comes through for you there, Biba.
I'm trying
and you're in France, so it might take a little bit there, and it'll be going through. So what's happening here is this is what you're doing is you're just making it super duper easy for your clients to leave you a testimonial. And so Biba, when that comes through, tell me please.
Yeah, I'm trying to copy the.
Okay. And so then what she's going to do is she's taking that chat, and she's going to paste it on the pinned post that's on top here. So this is our Freedom Client Funnel. So it's the post that has 2,032 likes, and it has 80 some comments. Looks like it has 81 comments. So paste it on those comments, and when it's done, let me know that it's done.
You want me to paste it under the Freedom where you have the picture of the Freedom Clients Funnel?
Yes, correct. So it'll look like this. It'll say write a comment and paste it in the comments on this post. Now, for everybody that's watching, this is important because where they paste the testimonial is going to make a big difference to whether or not it gets you new customers. So if she's pasting the testimonial here on a post that is specifically to get people to opt in and purchase our programs, that's what's going to work really, really well. And what we're doing here is we're increasing the social proof dramatically by, as you can see here, getting 81 people to leave these testimonials on our post. And you can see everybody here saying, hey, thank you, I highly recommend that you sign up. This is going to be great. I filled out the book, and well, that was a little customer service one, but everybody is saying, great webinar. How can I get your book? This is so straightforward. Thank you so much. I mean, you can see all of the good, positive reviews that we're getting there, and those are all simply from people just me saying, please don't keep us a secret, and helping people craft their testimonials. Marie Wren says Bret nails it every time, and so on. And what happens there is, and how you doing, Biba?
Yeah, I posted it just under where you have the Freedom clients, where you say you have like 2,000 people who click like and 42.
Okay, fantastic. And so then I should see it if I refresh my browser here. So let me just do a quick little refresh, and there's a lot of people on the webinar, so sometimes that slows things down a little bit here. But for those people who are asking questions about, how does this work, like Nancy, hey, this is the first step, how do I get the first step, how do I get my first clients, this is a fantastic way to do it. All right, and so my, of course now, because there's so many people on, the webinar, it's not even showing the comments, so my computer slowed down. But suffice it to say, here, let's see if I can click on the comments, and maybe then they will appear. So when it uploads, and again, my computer slowed down because there's so many people on the webinar jam, when it uploads, it'll be down here in the comments, the comment that Biba just left. So thank you, Biba, for playing. I really appreciate it. But hopefully you saw how easy that was. You produce results for your customers. They say thank you. You say, hey, you're welcome. Please don't keep me a secret. Can I get a little testimonial on Facebook? I've never had anybody say no to that. It really is that easy. All right, thanks you, Biba. I'm going to put you back on mute. Thanks so much. All right, everybody. So we're going to wrap it up today. These recordings, I'm going to post where these recordings will be up. You'll get the Facebook link, the YouTube links. I'm going to post these in the group here. So here's the event. So by the way, if you didn't yet join our event on Facebook here, so you can see we got 1,000 people say that they're going. Please join the event if you didn't already, because that's how you're going to find out how to get access to the replays. A whole lot of people were asking us about the replays. So I just posted it there in the chat, so hopefully everybody can join if you have not already. And the last thing is, a few people asked me if they wanted to work with me. So I just want to be clear, right now the only clients that we're taking on are for our Done For You program, which is the Freedom Client Funnel. And what that means is that we actually create your lead magnet for you. And so if you'll see on this page here, so it's facebook.com/like-Bret, that takes you to our Freedom Client Funnel ebook here. So if you're interested in downloading the ebook, you can check it out. But for those people, the only clients that we're taking on right now are freedomclientfunnel.com. You can check it out there. And what this is it's a $1,000 done for you service, meaning we create your lead magnet for you. So the lead magnet that's going to attract high-end customers. And again, it's $1,000. That's because it's done for you. We actually create your free ebook. So there's a whole lot of work that goes into that. And there's a lot of design and stuff. But it has worked really well for a lot of our clients. In fact, our client Nicole Moore, she just had her first $100,000 month as a result of us doing this for her. So if you are interested in having us build your lead magnet for you, you can shoot me an email at Bret, or actually do me a favor. If you're interested, right now go in and type your email in the chat bar, and then I will send you an email. So go and do that right now. Type your email in the chat bar, and then we'll reach out and contact you and schedule a one-on-one call. With that, thank you all so much. It was a real pleasure. This was really fun to use this new format. Hopefully you like the new format. We're still working out all the kinks. But again, if you want us to create your own lead magnet for you, so a done-for-you lead magnet service, just put your email in the chat, and then we can go and contact you. With that, thank you all very much. We will see you next Tuesday. Namaste.